Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. I'm a fucking impatient bastard, to be honest. I couldn't be bothered waiting for the video. Oh, there we go. It's decided to load. I just got bored of it waiting for it, so and the fucking quality dipped right down here. Again, I've got the PlayStation on. It's always detrimental. We'll knock that off. Get instant fucking bandwidth. Right, let's start again. So, evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. Edge of the Matrix. Steve, as we know, police protected my attacker. Help me hold them to account is the name of the video. So, I've watched about half of this video, to be honest. It's only 10 minutes long. It's only about 25 minutes old, maybe. 26 minutes ago, yeah, he posted the video. So if you want to go and watch it on the channel, get over there. Yeah, but it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that this time. He's caught the crack. So he got attacked here. I don't know if I mentioned that. I made a video on this video because, again, he got attacked here by Source, by a fucking him beast who thinks he's a man when it's a woman. And it's clearly a woman. You're just fat. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference. We all know you're a woman. You're just fat and you've got short hair. So that doesn't make you a man, the fact that you're fat and got short hair. You're still a woman. So we all know that. It's blatantly obvious, but you're just fat and you've got short hair. So yet again, that doesn't make you a woman. Steve's small, short, and got short hair, but that doesn't anyway make him a woman. You know what I mean? So anyway, so he got attacked by Chili Sauce here, by some fucking tranny ideology, fucking him, who knows what the fuck I am, but I'm pretending to be a man, but I'm clearly a fat woman. Thing here whose arm we can see. I mean, by the arm, it'd be very hard to tell, you know what I mean? The thickness of these wrists, they're wanking wrists by anybody's standards, you know what I mean? If there was ever a wanking wrist, that was the wanking wrist I've seen. So we may be all wrong here, to be honest. She maybe does. She knocks one out. I don't know. Maybe it's all the squeezing of the bottles, attacking people, that's increased the wrist fucking capacity here. And the wanking wrist isn't quite what we thought it was. But it's up for debate. It's up for debate here. Anyway, Steve got attacked with chili sauce, of all things. Probably burned. If he'd went in his eye here, could have been quite bad. Got in his ear, by the looks of it. He really got it in the fucking ear here. Looks like it's right in his ear, if ever I seen it. So, yeah, Tranny McShimbeast attacked Steve in the street with chili sauce because shimmelim bim can't handle the fact that she's not a man, people aren't man when they're women, and all this bullshit, and we all have to play along, but nobody's going to play along anymore because we're fucking sick of yous, because you're all annoying and you're all full of shit and you haven't got an argument and you're always wrong. So yeah, we've give up trying to fucking play along here because we're sick of yous, and I'm completely 100% with Steve every day of the week here. It wasn't Adam and Eve. I mean, it wasn't Adam and Steve, it was Adam and Eve, but we kind of like Steve, you know what I mean? So fuck Adam and Eve. We're on with Steve, is what's happening here. So, he got attacked with the chili sauce by Similim Pim McBim here with the wanking wrists. And it's all gone south from there. And apparently the police have kind of done fuck all about it, as usual, as we know. Because the police do fuck all about nout, and they're fucking useless, and they're all for the left wing, and they're all for the bullshit. Fuck the police is the message in this video, I think. And he wants you to put a complaint in, is the kind of the crack here. So, enough of me. Let's hear Steve's situation, plight, and what can we help? You know what I mean? Can we help? And the answer is yes, we can. Shall we do it, Bob? Yes, we can. We can build it, and we probably should because we don't like the trannies. So we'll have a listen anyway.
That is assault.
Suicide organisation.
very little coordination. You move like a fat woman. You know what I mean? You move like a fat woman. It's not just obvious that you're a fat woman. You move like one.
What the fuck is your...
Yeah, just because you make your hair short, that in no way disguises the fact that you're a fat woman. It's obvious to anyone.
That is assault.
Making a mockery
That is
of the
absolute
entire
assault.
fucking country. You make everything worse. What the fuck?
You're making a mockery of the country. Not really, to be honest, because, again, if you look at the history of England, Great Britain, and, I mean, how far do you want to go back? Should we say 3,000 years, just as a kind of rough estimate of how long we've been here? Yeah, so we say 3,000, 2,000? Well, let's say 2,000. Let's go less. So, in the scheme of the 2,000 years we've been here, how long have we recognised you fucking weirdo, freak, tranny, fucking left-wing morons? And the answer is about 10 years, maybe 15 if you're lucky. So, in the scheme of things, in the general scheme of Britain, England, and the country you mentioned there, no, he's not making a mockery of it whatsoever. He's upholding it. You're making a mockery of it, woman. Woman. You're making a mockery of it. Not Steve here. No, 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 no. You're making a mockery of the country and the country that once was. That's the beauty of it. Like, this country was not a fucking absolute shit show transvestite fucking you're all morons and you fucking think you're clever. It wasn't all that all along, you know what I mean? It's a very, very new prospect, to be honest. It's a new idea. Yeah, it's very, very new indeed. And in terms of the country and the history of the country, Steve here is very much upholding it. And you, my friend, a fat woman with short hair, are making a mockery of the country. In my eyes, anyway. My eyes. And I think Steve's eyes, and many, many, many. Obviously all the right wing. It's the kind of the left wing versus the right wing ideology, and we all know you left wingers are fucking moron weirdos. Cause we can see it. We're watching the video. We've seen it time again. So we'll make the decisions that we need to make here. But the decision's been made. You're a woman.
Why are you doing this?
Don't grab her boobs, Steve. She's actually got boobs. It is a woman.
My friend fucking died.
A friend died, apparently, Steve. A friend died, and it's all your fault. It's all Steve's fault. Her friend has died. None of us give a single fuck, to be honest, because your friend was obviously fucking retarded, much like yourself. And, yeah, she made bad decisions. He made, she made him. They made bad decisions, and them bad decisions ultimately led to suicide. I think that's the way the whole conversation's going. But that suicide was very much a long list of bad decisions, and that was the climax, the absolute climax of all them bad decisions, it would seem. Right, so you hope he perishes, do you? Right, so that's kind of the crack. This is what I mean, like wishing death on people, and I've said this before, it's a very common thing, like it doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? You can wish death on people all you want, and it doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's all like sticks and stones in my eyes, anyway. Like, I can hope right now that King Charles bites the dust tomorrow, but it's not going to happen because I hoped it, you know what I mean? That's not how the world works. So you can say and think whatever you want, really. It doesn't materialize on many occasions, if not all occasions. So yeah, like again, I have no beef with her saying I hope you perish, Steve, because that's what she thinks. But ultimately, it isn't Steve's fault her fucking friend died either. You know what I mean? So you were wrong on the first one, so I'm going to take the next bit with a pinch of salt, to be honest, because not only do I not give a fuck if you think I die, but it doesn't make any difference what you think. You thinking. This is the problem. You think what you think is the be-all and end-all here, and then like, you think you're a man and shave your hair like a man. So you're a man. So that's the you think. Well, we don't think that. You know what I mean? So you need to learn along the lines here that what you think isn't necessarily the crack. But as we know, the left wing are all morons, and this will continue. So let's anyhow, we get to Steve, and he needs your help. Steve needs our help here.
I don't give a shit about what you think about me. I fucking...
I think you're a violent, aggressive, antagonistic woman with short hair who thinks they're a man in some way, shape or form, but really everybody knows you're a woman. And again, this is why Steve hasn't beat the fuck out of you as well, because you're a woman. Like, again, if that was a man that had done that to him, he's got the ability. He's a black belt in fucking jiu-jitsu or something. He has the ability to really fucking hurt you, to be honest. But he's very much restrained and not doing so and just holding you till the police arrive. But had that been a man who performed such a maneuver, you might have felt the brute force of a man. A man. See, Steve's arms here are maybe of similar thickness here to Fatty. But Fatty's arms are all fat, whereas Steve's got a bit of muscle and a bit of brawn here. I mean, he works out, as we know. So this is muscle, this is fat. This is a woman, this is a man. So now we've all learned the basics here of life and the reality of which we live in. We'll move forward. See that there? That was like a proper woman's tantrum. Proper woman's tantrum there. Like no respectable man on earth would throw such a tantrum. Let's see it again. Yep, there we go. There's the woman tantrum. No self-respecting man would throw such a tantrum. They would have just threw a punch at Steve's face in the nose to get him off them. That's what a man would do in such a situation. We do not throw tantrums, we throw punches, right? So you're a woman with short hair who thinks they're a man, but we all know you're a woman because you're fucking a fat woman. That's what you are. So we've all figured that out, you know what I mean? Nobody's convinced you're a man. Nobody's pretending you're a man here. You're a fat woman with short hair, and that doesn't make you a man. So let's move on again.
That's right. So that happened back in May, 9th of May, 2025. It got all the way up to the 11th of October when a decision was made on what was going to happen to that person. Here's an email that I got off Merseyside Police. Good afternoon. Regarding crime reference blah blah blah, the police decision makers have authorised a conditional caution to the suspect. This is by way...
Well, before we go any further and complain or do anything, if it is this person's first offence, anything that's kind of minor, I mean, if you commit murder or terrorism or fucking a rape or something kind of serious, it doesn't go this way. But if you commit something kind of minor and it's your first offence, you kind of do get a caution, to be honest. That's kind of the way it goes. The law very much sides in your favour as a first offence. So as much as this might go on and he says complain, one side of it is, again, on somebody's first offence for a minor offence, you do kind of get a caution for it. That's kind of the way it goes, you know what I mean? Again, kind of, that's in many ways, it's the benefit of the doubt, and that works for everybody. It's not a bad thing. If, say, you get to 50-year-old before you commit a crime, and it's a minor crime, yeah, like it does weigh in your favour in many ways that you get a caution for a first offence when it's your first offence. So I wouldn't necessarily think it's a good idea complaining about this either, again, because we don't know the background of the woman and whether it is her first offence, and I would imagine it is, to be honest. She doesn't look like a fucking career criminal here. So that could be a factor in many ways. It's the first offence.
of the suspect paying £24.45 compensation for dry cleaning of your clothes and attending a suitable diversionary course as directed by Merseyside Police. Okay.
Right, so I don't think that's a massive bad thing, right? They have been done in a way. They'll have to pay 25 quid. I know that's fuck all, but they'll still have to pay some money. And they're going to get sent to a course. So in the eyes of her, she realises that she's kind of done wrong in a way. And she's got a penance to pay here for what she's done, be it the 25 quid and be it the course. But it's still something. So in my eyes, in her mind, she will kind of recognise, that she's done something wrong here, and it might, can't say, I don't know, it might curb her behaviour in the future of attacking people in the street when she doesn't agree with them, which is ultimately what happened here. She didn't agree with somebody's opinion, so she physically attacked them, both with sauce and then slapped him, as we've seen. So she physically attacked somebody because she disagreed with them. Again, there's a whole different another level here. The fact that you can't keep your temper when you're having an argument that's your fault, not mine, mate. I can argue, call you a cunt all day long, call you a moron, call you everything in the world, and you can call me back, and I won't give two fucks, like, because I'm sticks and stones here. You know what I mean? You will never force me to violence through violent or angry words. It's just not happening with me. It never will. So the fact that you can't control your temper, that's not my problem, to be honest. That's your problem. I can control my temper. I can keep myself from acting physically. Doesn't matter how aggressive I may sound verbally. Being physical and verbal is very, very different. And again, I'm not big, I'm not strong, I'm not massive. I haven't really got anything to back that up. So when because you're arguing fucking violently, doesn't mean that you are violent at the same time. There is two levels here, and personally I'll argue and call you all sorts, and you can call me fucking everything you want, and I will not get violent. I don't give a fuck. You can call my mama slag, you know what I mean? I don't give two fucks what you say. Like, it's like that one will not, violence will not win you this argument. And I maintain, I will argue someone to the death. And should they punch me and knock me out in the argument because they can't handle the argument, the minute I fucking wake up, I will ring them or text them or in some way contact that person and say these exact words. You still didn't win the argument, right? And it's fucking... It might get you another punch here, maybe will, you know what I mean? But I'm still fucking right. You didn't win the fucking argument here. Punching me has in no way won this argument. And that's the whole point here. Lasso has in no way won the fucking argument here. Like, she hasn't. She didn't even debate. Because she can't debate. Because everybody that ever does debate with Steve loses. Because they're all wrong. Because a man is a man, a woman is a woman. And that's it. And gender and sex is the same thing. It's just decided in the last 15 years that we're going to separate the two and decide they're different, but they're not. Gender and sex are the same thing, and they always were. And the fact that you've been taught differently doesn't mean that you're right. It just means that you were taught differently, and that doesn't mean it's right. So at the end of the day, a man's a man, a woman's a woman, and Steve's right, and I completely agree with Steve. Fuck all these trans people who think that they fucking can change how we all think, because they're not gonna. They never will, and ultimate respect for Steve here, for doing what he does, for absolutely fucking standing in the street and fighting these people, fire with fire, facing up to it, fucking taking them head on, going into Manchester, going into all these places where they're predominant, and universities, and taking them head on, and not one yet has ever fucking beaten him in an argument, because they can't, because a man, a woman, a woman. That's it. So that's why they'll never beat him. They never will, because he's arguing reality versus a fucking reality which was decided for you by what you were told, not actual reality, where a penis and a vagina and a pair of tits are all kind of important in deciding what fucking sex you are, you know what I mean? It's the be all and end all in many ways. a vagina and a penis. It's absolutely the deciding factor. For me, anyway, it is the absolute deciding factor. So anyhow, let's crack on with what Steve wants. But again, first offence for this person, possible caution. I don't think it's... I mean, he could complain about the plea. I don't know. We'll have a listen, but I don't think it's maybe justified 100%. But we'll have a listen.
Now, what happened here is this incident did not even get forwarded to the Crown Prosecution Service. The police have their own decision makers, okay, that decide whether a suspect will be taken to court or not. Okay, the police are acting.
Yeah, but that's a lot based on time, money, resources, whether you'll get a conviction, and whether it's worthwhile in the end and is the bigger fish to fry. I would imagine is all of the, and maybe more, but that's a lot of them, the factors that you would consider before you would take this to court. Is it worthwhile? Will we get a conviction? You know what I mean? It's all again in a system that's very much clogged due to being overwhelmed by the amount of crime that is now happening in this country. Yeah, you would very much have to be selective in the system as to what goes to court, because time is very much a factor. The judges and the days are so long. As much as sort of, this is what I mean. So there's multiple factors to this. There's not only the person's previous criminal history and whether this is a first offence, but there's also the factor of the time, the courts and the judges and everything, and is it worthwhile taking this to court with everything else going on in Britain, which, to be fair, is probably a lot worse. And as bad as this was for Steve at the time, as we seen with the chili and everything that happened, there's probably still bigger fish to fry with all the migrant rapes and you know what I mean, and all the murders and fucking stabbings. There is bigger fish to fry here. So I don't disagree with Steve in any way, shape or form here, but I understand it's not black and white here. It really isn't. There's a very much shades of grey, and them shades of grey ultimately determine how this will play out. And all them shades of grey, be it the suspect's previous criminal history or whether it's worthwhile actually going anywhere with this, and will we be able to prosecute this person to the point of either getting a conviction to jail or of you know what I mean? It's a minor offence. It is a minor offence, unfortunately. So as much as I don't disagree with Steve and what he's saying here, I don't agree with him that we should maybe push this as far as it to the ends of the earth, because there's the police and the justice have a lot bigger fish to fry. But ultimately, he was attacked in the street with chili. He could have been squared in the eye. And yeah, are you allowed to just go around attacking people because you don't agree with what they believe in? And the answer's no. So it's, you know what I mean? Again, shades of grey.
As judge and jury. But what they do give you is the victim's right to review. Okay, so I said, right, I need this case reviewing. So I put in a victim's right to review, and guess what? They sent me another email back and saying, because the police dealt with it as an out-of-court discharge, you're not eligible for a victim's right to review. So they are judge, jury, end of story. But what they did say is that you can make a complaint against the police.
Right, so he wants you to make a complaint against the police. But, again, I keep mentioning this, but John Harris, it's an illusion, right? That literally explains to you what's going on with the government, the birth certificate, the police, the fire, everybody, and what's really going on. And they're not upholding the law here. That's not what's going on here. It really isn't. So that's the other side of it. If you think the police are here to uphold the law and protect the innocent, like RoboCop, well, that's not the way of things. It really isn't. Again, it's a police officer, which is from the corporate world. The word officer is from the corporate world. It's not from the military world. And it's the corporate enforcement officers, and ultimately are more upholding statutes which are acts of Parliament, rather than the law. The law is the law of the land. You may not harm anyone or cause them loss, which covers everything from assault to rape to murder. The law of the land, but you have very much thousands and thousands of statutes which ultimately earn the government money. And the police are far, far more concerned with upholding the statutes than they are the law. That's what everybody needs to realise. And this change has happened in your lifetime. When you were young, should you be my age of 45, the police were very much police men and were upholding the law. But in your lifetime, possibly around the mid-90s, it's very much been turned on its head, and they're now police officers, which is the corporate world. And they're more bothered about statutes than they are the laws. Again, John Harris, It's an Illusion, pretty much explains all of this, right? That's the... it was a very brief explanation, but John Harris will explain it in detail in It's an Illusion. So, yeah, he wants some help here, complaining about the police, but again, I don't know if you can say it's justified because of the victim, the suspect and the previous criminal history of the suspect. But also, you've got to prioritise. You do have to prioritise as to what gets put into the courts, because the courts only have so much time. And we have far, far bigger crimes now being committed in England because it's turned into a fucking shit show, as we all know.
And this is where I need your help. Guys, I really do need your help in this. I've put a complaint in, but I would like you to make a complaint on my behalf as well. And you have my full permission to do that. Now, the way that it's so easy, it'll take you just a few minutes, okay? And I've wrote out a template which you can use, or you can change it yourself as well. And we're not going to go direct to Merseyside Police. We're going to go to the Independent Office for Police Conduct. So it's the policeconduct.gov.uk. As soon as you get to this, you click at the top there, it says make a complaint, and then you can make a complaint. And all you need to do is copy the template that I put in the description of this video, and all the details will be there. Of course, you have free will to write whatever you want and change the words. You know, it might be beneficial to do that so they're not all exactly the same. But it's only going to it'll take you less than 5 minutes. It's so easy, and all the details are there. All you do is you click on the top here, click submit a complaint. Okay.
So he's going to talk you through it. It's in the video. It's Edge of the Matrix, the channel, 66,000 subscribers. And in the description here, to submit a complaint, go to Police Government Conduct. Here we are. This site uses cookies. Fuck your cookies. I do not accept. So if you want to make a complaint, I don't know, I'll have a laugh, think about it in the aftermath of making this video and watch the incident again. But I'm to and froing, you know what I mean? Like, again, I completely agree with Steve. You can't attack him because you don't agree with him completely, 100%. But the aftermath of what has happened could be the result of the suspect's previous criminal convictions, which might be none. So if none, you're going to get a caution because it's your first offence, and it's not a major offence. And you really do have to prioritise what we're putting through the courts at this point, because this entire country has fell to fucking bits around us in the last 10 years, and now stabbings and shootings and murders and the kind of commonplace now, and we need to put the serious criminals through the justice system and not the minor criminals, because the minor criminals, again, are minor criminals. So it's a very much mixed bag, and again, I would side with. Again, I kind of think it's based on this lass who was attacked him just doesn't have a criminal record, and because she doesn't have a criminal record of any kind, for a minor offence, which is a minor assault, you know what I mean? There's no grievous bodily harm here. It's a minor offence, and ultimately, if it's your first offence, you will get a caution. So, and again, she got sent to a course as well, I suppose, so there is that as well. So I'll leave it there. That's the video. That's the channel, Edge of the Matrix. Do what you will. Sit where you want, as always. Complain if you want. I kind of think he's right, but I kind of think there could be factors. Is my where I'm at. You know what I mean? I think there's maybe factors. As the result was because the person is not a career criminal here. So I'll leave it there anyway. Sit where you want. Peace.